You know what's strange? The smartest people in the room are usually the ones acting the weirdest. They're not trying to show off. They're not flexing their knowledge. In fact, most of the time, they seem different. Psychologists say these 7 weird traits reveal a genius-level mind. And the last one? It'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about intelligence. Let's dive in. Here's the thing most people get wrong about intelligence. We think it's about perfect test scores or memorizing facts. But psychologists have found something far more interesting. People with genius-level minds have habits that look odd, behaviors that don't fit the mold. And these aren't random quirks. They're actually windows into how an extraordinary brain operates. So let's start with the first weird trait. They constantly question reality. And I don't mean in some philosophical, abstract way. I mean they genuinely cannot accept things just because that's how it's always been done. According to research from the University of London, individuals with higher cognitive abilities show significantly lower levels of conformity in social situations. They need to understand the why behind everything. Rules, traditions, social norms. To them, because I said so isn't an answer. It's an insult to their curiosity. This makes them incredible innovators, but it also makes them exhausting to be around if you're someone who just wants to follow the script. Which brings us to the second trait. They have zero patience for shallow conversation. You've probably met someone like this. You start talking about the weather or last night's game, and you can literally see their brain checking out. It's not that they're rude. It's that their mind craves complexity. Studies from the journal Intelligence found that people with higher IQs experience less satisfaction from social interaction compared to those with average intelligence. They don't want surface-level chit-chat. They want to explore ideas, debate perspectives, wrestle with concepts that matter. Small talk to them feels like being trapped in an elevator with music playing on repeat. And honestly, that's why they end up with tiny friend groups. Quality over quantity every single time. Here's where it gets really interesting. Trait number 3, they forget simple things constantly. Keys, appointments, names, the basics. Meanwhile, they can recite complex theories or remember obscure details from a documentary they watched 5 years ago. This is called the absent-minded professor effect, and it's well documented in cognitive psychology research. Their working memory is so occupied with abstract thinking and pattern recognition that mundane details just slip through the cracks. It's not carelessness, it's cognitive overload. Their brain is running multiple programs simultaneously, and where did I put my phone just isn't a priority. As earlier mentioned, psychologists say these 7 weird traits reveal a genius-level mind. And yes, trait number 4 might surprise you. They spend an unusual amount of time alone. Not because they're antisocial or depressed, but because solitude is where their mind comes alive. Research from the British Journal of Psychology found that highly intelligent individuals report lower life satisfaction when they socialize more frequently. Think about it like this. If your brain is constantly generating ideas, solving puzzles, connecting dots that others don't see, you need space to let that process unfold. Other people's energy, their questions, their needs, it all interrupts the signal. So they retreat, not to escape the world, but to fully engage with the one inside their head. Which leads directly to trait 5. They appear to be doing nothing, but their mind is on fire. You'll catch them staring out a window, eyes unfocused, completely zoned out, and people assume they're bored or lazy. Wrong. Neuroscience research shows that daydreaming activates the default mode network, the same brain system responsible for creativity and problem solving. What looks like zoning out is actually intense mental work. They're building models, testing theories, imagining scenarios. Their brain doesn't have an off switch. It has a dive deeper mode, and that's exactly where the magic happens. Trait number 6, they notice everything, but rarely say anything. They catch micro-expressions, tone shifts, inconsistencies in what people say versus what they do. According to research on emotional intelligence and cognitive ability, individuals with higher IQs often demonstrate heightened sensitivity to environmental cues. But here's the catch. They don't always point it out. They've learned that most people don't want to be read that deeply, so they file it away, observe, calculate, and that quiet awareness, it can feel almost unsettling to be around, like they're seeing through you even when they're not trying to. And finally, the trait psychologists find most fascinating. They overthink everything, but call it preparation. Every decision branches into a dozen possible outcomes. Every conversation gets rehearsed mentally. Every risk gets calculated from 5 different angles. It's not anxiety, though it might look like it. It's pattern recognition on steroids. Their brain is wired to see the full chessboard, not just the next move. So if you recognize yourself in any of these traits, congratulations. You might just have a genius-level mind hiding in plain sight. Now, which trait hit closest to home for you? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this made you see intelligence differently, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're just getting started.